come to me.
Focus Features invites you to succumb to the darkness.
Nosferatu.
From director Robert Eggers comes a masterpiece of horror.
He is coming. This creature is a force more powerful than evil. It is death itself.
Nosferatu. Rated R. Under 17 nanometer without parent. Only in theaters Christmas Day. Special engagements in Dolby and IMAX.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
You're listening to Modified Role, part of the Podderation Network. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Well, it's that time of year again, guys. And as with previous years on the run-up to Christmas, we have a very special present for you all. As some of you may be aware, Dragonmeet was held at the end of November there, and we were given the opportunity to record a live show again. I say we, it was just myself in attendance due to conflicting schedules, but we had a fantastic cast of players from different shows that we absolutely love. Featuring special guest Jason Statham, as portrayed by Richard of the D20 Future Show, Shamini of RP Geeks, Chloe of Deck of Many Aces, and Dan of Tales on Tap, and soon to be Dice by the Sword. A very important note, Shamini, God bless her, had arranged for the lovely Emily Bates of RP Geeks to look after her little baby while she was doing the live show. Unfortunately, little baby had other plans and did not want to be separated from their mum. So, you are on occasion going to hear us referring to things or talking about things that probably don't make a lot of sense. You will, of course, hear the sounds of a small child. This isn't anything to be concerned about. There was just a child on stage with us. It did make for some very funny moments, and we're so glad that Shamini was able to make it with little one in tow. So, I also want to give a very special shout out to our understudy. We actually weren't 100% sure if Richard was going to make it to the convention this year. So Sam from Science and Sorcery stepped up as his understudy, so we just want to give him a massive shout out. There will definitely be a seat at the table next year if they let us do this again. Thank you again to our wonderful cast. Thank you to Fiona of What Am I Rolling and the DM's Book Club for running the Podcastzone and setting this up so that we could do another live show, and to Dragonmeet for hosting us again this year. Now let's get into this year's Christmas story with D&D the Panto 3. It's behind you! Enjoy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and individuals of all ages, let's welcome the D&D Panto. It's all behind you.
Hello, boys and girls, and everyone in between. Hello. Oh, yous can do better than that. Hello, boys and girls, and everyone in between. That's more like it now. As you've heard, we are here for the 3rd installment of our Panto show. But we can't really start until we give another massive thank you to Fiona for organising the Podcastzone this year. Thank you to Dragonmeet for allowing us to do this for the 3rd year. God knows why after the first 2. I mean, if you'd seen them, you'd know why. But also we have to thank all of you for turning up, because otherwise we'd be doing this to an empty room. And as much as we like the sound of our own voice, it's much better when there's somebody else here to laugh at the funny bits. So thank you all for joining us. We hope you'll enjoy this. Now, before we get into the actual Panto bit, we do have to introduce our cast. Now, out of character...
Sorry to blow everybody's mind.
Whoa! Can we start with Richard? Can you tell us who you are and where you're from?
Hello, I'm Richard, the host and GM of the D20 Future Show, the world's premier D20 Future podcast, and apparently the only one, so also the worst D20 Future podcast. And for reasons that are a bit obscure, I shall be playing Jason Statham, So when I put the bald cap on, you'll be aware that you're in the presence of a Hollywood celebrity.
So that said, can I now introduce our celebrity guest, Jason Statham? Jason, thank you so much for flying in from the States today. Unfortunately, you're only the second person to do that after Fiona, so just sort of stole your thunder there, but thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. All right, Chamonix, can you introduce yourself and your sprog, please?
This is the Sprog, obviously the real star of the show. And I am Chamonix, and I am here from RP Geeks.
Stunning, thank you. Hello. No interest. Chloe, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, I'm Chloe. I'm from the podcast Deck of Many Aces and A Rendezvous with Destiny.
And finally, Dan, can you introduce yourself, please?
I don't know why I'm here. I'm Dan. I am the Dungeon Master for Tales on Tap, as well as being a professional game master for Rolldark.
And of course, I'm Jordan, the DM from Modified Roll, and also a professional DM from Rolldark. I can see where this is going already. But now, to get into character. Hello everyone, I'm the good fairy Tinkerbobbles, here to tell you a Christmas story in the form of a panto. Now, we will introduce our cast as they appear in the story, but for now, we will begin with something I like to do each year. Somebody knows what's coming next. Welcome all to our panto show. Can hardly believe it's the third year in a row, but here we are, back again, so I've had to write another bloody refrain. But everyone settle in and buckle on up, and we'll all make it through this with any luck. Especially me, as my notes are quite sparse, so I might end up pulling some of this out of my backside. For those of you who are returning this year, you may find the stories unfamiliar, but never fear. We haven't adapted any old tales this time, but come up with something new, including this rhyme. Some of this is forced. But we hope the essence still shines through as we bring our panto story to you. There will be heroes and villains, laughter and jokes, kings and queens, and even some regular folks. So let's take this time, and just for a little while, enjoy a story of strength, cunning, wisdom, and guile. Where things are much simpler, here in black and white, it's good versus evil, though it may be a little trite. So to Soggy Bottom we return once more, to find out exactly what I have in store. In a palace quite gaudy and grand, where the flames of panic are beginning to be fanned. The story begins as we pan in on the palace of Soggy Bottom, where the king is pacing back and forth in his throne room in a panic. Oh dear, where could she have gone? The door opens, and in steps Dan. Could you describe your character for us, please?
Of course.
Oh, no, sorry, tell a lie.
No, I don't.
Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, no, actually, no, tell a lie. That actually works. Dan, describe your character for us, please. I'm very good at this.
So, hello everybody. I am playing Pip Pennywhistle, a young, strapping, bardic human individual who has no idea what he's doing at any given time. I see that I'm kind of a little bit nervous now. It's a big castle, lots of rooms, and I don't know what to do.
So you step in through the door, and the reason you've stepped in is because you're here to usher in and sort of introduce Chloe. Can you describe your character as you step through the door?
Yes, I'm playing Prince Randolph the Unchallenged. And he's Asimar. Tries to keep it low key, does a very bad job of it. So is standing there in all of his finery. This is why I have these wings. And it's just like having a very like sparkly kind of. I think it is a tiara. I think that he will call it anything except a tiara, but he's wearing a little tiara, and is standing very upright. And is looking at Pip like, go.
So, Pip, how would you introduce?
My axophone, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's all downhill from here. It was the best one I had. Ladies, gentlemen, please be stood for the Right Honourable Prince Randolph the Unchallenged.
Yeah, thank Thank you. Yes.
Prince Randolph, you step into the room and realise the only person here is the king.
Your Majesty! I was led to believe that my future bride would be here.
Oh, Prince Randolph, yes, of course. Thank you for coming all this way. Unfortunately, there is a minor hiccup. Buttons!
A large, muscly man steps into the room. Chiselled of jaw, smooth of forehead. No, hang on. So, I might need a word with my agent because I was told I was being introduced top of the bill. So I wrote this introduction. Shall I do it anyway?
Yes!
Buttons is a servant, most humble and most loyal, but a hero played by the Stafe, you know, is really royal. Secretly a prince is actually my first name. All will be revealed by the end of the game. I guess I'll have to have a little self-control. My agent knows I wouldn't play any lesser role. I'm fated for heroic deeds, mighty and most grand. I am a level 5 monk, way of the open hand. Your hero has some helpers, like Santa has his elves. And here, in rhyming perfect verse, they'll introduce themselves. And that was the point at which they were going to introduce themselves, but 2 of them have already gone first, and this one's missing.
Yeah, I made that mistake.
Yeah. I'm not impressed.
Okay. Back in character. Buttons, quick, have you seen the princess anywhere?
Yeah, she's about that tall. Reasonably attractive, I guess.
No, do you know where she is?
Do I know where she is?
Yes, but you also know the king. She doesn't want the king to know that.
No. Oh no, I don't.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh no, I don't.
Moving swiftly along. Well, listen, could you go and find her? Enlist any help you need. We need to. Look, the prince has arrived.
Are you telling me that the princess is not here?
She's here somewhere.
Well, you better go and find her quickly. Our marriage is imminent.
Imminent.
Well, Prince, how about you assist Buttons, and when you find her, I will happily offer her hand in marriage.
Are you suggesting this is like some kind of quest?
Yes!
For the hand of my lady?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. A rescue of the princess, a quest most noble.
I think that could be befitting of a prince.
Excellent.
I agree.
Excellent. Buttons, do you have anyone who could help you find her?
Yes. Yes, I do. I have my assistant.
Go and fetch them then.
All right. Keep your hair on. Actually, sore point. All right.
You return with your assistant. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Here is my assistant.
Hello. You see before you a very convincingly, very manly, with clothes that have sort of been stolen from a laundry and then smeared with mud, because that's what poor people look like. Hello. Yes, exactly. See, I've studied them extensively, just like this. Hello, I am a poor lad.
Right, princess, the accent needs work. You sound ridiculous. Here is my assistant. He is a poor man.
So I wasn't 100% sure I was going to do this year, but you know what? Have a chocolate coin. There you go.
That is the level, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, well, if all of you are ready, then Buttons, perhaps you can lead the way and find the princess. The sooner the better.
Yep, the royal one should lead the way. Follow me, everyone.
So you guys head out into the city. So with Buttons and the assistant, you guys obviously... and the assistant's assistant.
This is my pet mouse. It's all I can afford, being very poor.
Can barely afford to feed them. So, with that said, you guys know the princess is not very keen on this arranged marriage business. this is perhaps a chance to run the prince and his assistant, everyone's got an assistant these days, on a merry goose chase and maybe get him bored and run off.
Buttons, should we lead the prince and his assistants on a merry goose chase so they get bored and run off?
Yeah, all right.
Hey, Pip. That strange poor lad over there. Don't you think he looks awfully familiar?
There's been stories about somebody with that sort of, appearance in many a tale. I've heard. People come far and wide to kind of hear about them.
Oh, I see. Strange.
Usually, 2 pages. Nothing. Not like the grand tales that I spin of you.
Of course. Ah, do you remember that time? And as we're walking,
you leave the palace.
Completely forgotten the point of the conversation.
Subtle results, still you, but with fewer lines. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Now, we're going to introduce a mechanic I've come up with I think is very interesting. We'll see what you think. Some of you, when you sat down, will have found one of our cards, which I only put there so you could see the grey rat against the grey seat. Do what you want with those, I don't care. The rats, however, there are perhaps some evil forces at work within the kingdom that you may come in contact with soon. No. Those of you currently holding a rat may or may not be one of those evil forces. No. At any point, our players can call upon a member of the audience. If they select a good person, they get advantage on the next roll. If they find a bad person, they have disadvantage. Now, a lot of you just held up your rats. But that brings me to the second part of this mechanic. I highly encourage you to trade them.
Now, for those that didn't, if you could just...
Now, you can move them around, fully encouraged to do that so that they lose track of them. Anytime they do find one of the rat is taken out of the game, thrown at me. Okay. So you're encouraged to do more of these early on, because the more of the evil ones you find, the better odds you get at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you all move into the city. There is a hustle and bustle, because there is an imminent wedding. People are preparing, whether or not the princess is happy about it. You hear people crying out, there are people who have travelled from far and wide, there's a small festival being prepared, but all of a sudden, the sound of merriment is cut with screams. Panic echoes throughout the streets, bangs and clattering noises are heard from round the corner. What would you all like to do?
I draw my sword and go, never fear! Prince Randolph the Unchallenged will come to your rescue!
Yes, you
and
will.
I stand there and go, I don't know which way to go! And I look around.
Right, it's this way and it's 0 o'clock, so stand back.
Woo! So, you guys run literally round the corner, you see mayhem. Very odd, but it appears a bunch of objects have become animated and are just smashing the place up. There are people being kidnapped, pulled away by lampposts. There are carts that are scooping people up and running down the road on their own with no horses attached. We're just pretending this isn't happening. The first thing I need all of you to do before you do anything else is give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Ooh, I'd like advantage on this.
I did not organise these dice.
So...
You point at someone or give a shout at a row and a seat.
I feel rude pointing, but... Yeah? I'm going to choose you. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. That's a good thing. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage on the roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone get above a 15?
I think Jason might also need advantage on this. So, the fabulous yellow cloak there. Rat or no rat? No rat!
No rat.
No. Perception. 13.
13. So nobody got above a 15?
No.
Great.
No.
Other than the mayhem in front of you spot nothing additional of note. But you do spot absolute chaos going on. What would you guys like to do?
I mean, it's punch a clock, isn't it?
Perfect, then we're going to roll initiative, please. Okay, anyone to get above a 15?
I got 15.
Perfect.
22.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
So, anyone? Oh, so 15 was.
I've got an 12.
Oh, that means I have to think about what I want to do.
4.
Hey,
Unchallenged. Soon to be so.
Soon
perfect.
to be
In
challenged.
which case, Pip, you get to act
Any minute
first.
now.
In front of you are numerous, like you can see, maybe like 5 or 6 quite large objects, some smaller ones, and a bunch of people sort of being kidnapped and pulled away.
Okay. Because I'm not the unchallenged, I'm going to shout out, "You guys have got this, right?" And I'm going to cast invisibility on myself. And just fade into the back.
This is my kind of D&D character. Oh, yeah.
Take these off because this is getting very annoying. Beautiful. In which case, Buttons, you get to watch as Pip disappears.
He's right. I do have this. What do I punch first?
You tell me, what would you like to punch first?
Lamppost.
You go punch a lamp. Yeah, there's a lamppost like currently like wrapping, like it's one of these big like ones that has a bit sticking out, wrapped around a young woman, and she's screaming "Help!" as it like tries to carry her away.
What if I needed advantage on both of my attacks?
We're gonna very quickly run out of rats, I fear.
Okay.
You can call on an advantage for both if you like.
All right. Let's have this gentleman in the grey at the back.
That's a rat. Big throat.
I've already got a natural 1, so...
Would you like to try again on your second one?
Yeah, go on then. Feeling lucky. All the people on the front row are giving me the eyes. In a kind of, do you dare pick me kind of way. So, go on, in the blue and green.
All
right, on to the second one. Here we go. That is a 14.
14 is enough to hit. So as you
Excellent.
rush up with your first strike, you're a bit over-eager, you swing as it moves out of the way, and the punch follows through, and you clock yourself in the jaw. No damage, but you look very silly. But
That
then you
doesn't
get your
sound
second
right,
attack.
all right. Have you taken into account how good the chin is?
Which is why you haven't taken any damage.
There you go, rock hard chin.
Your second attack is a hit. Give some damage for me,
That is
please.
12 damage.
12 damage.
Maximum damage, folks.
You rush forward, punch the lamppost so hard it buckles in the middle and just bends in half and falls over. You have successfully defeated a lamppost. Stunning. Lovely. Okay, then, unfortunately, it's the object's turn. The cart that's picking people up is going to rush towards you all, and because Buttons was the first to step out, it's going to try and attack you.
Alright, best of luck.
It misses very badly. You see it coming, and action dive and roll out of the way as it trundles down the road. And it's going to be followed up with some bits of, like, rubbish bins are going to try and attack the prince, I think.
Come at me, foul demons!
So, two of these, like, clank, 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 come up to you. One, sort of, as it gets close, trips and falls over and starts to roll away. But the other one manages to launch itself at you with enough ferocity that I'm assuming an 18 is going to hit.
Oh, just, yeah.
Just. So, you're only going to take 6 points of damage. I rolled quite high after I said only.
It's fine.
But that is, you see the rest are still, like, there are still other objects smashing the place up, and you see some trying to pull people away. You have defeated one of the lampposts. The wagon still has people in the back. But other than that, that is their turn. Princess.
Could I find nearby an innocent little rat or pigeon?
Sure.
A sweet rat or pigeon.
It's the city, there's going to be rats.
I'm
Yes.
going to cast Speak with Animals.
Perfect.
And I'm going to say, "Oh gosh, little friend, what on earth is going on here? Have you seen anything that could explain such strange occurrences?" I know. It's scary. It's a good job that the prince is here. He's actually quite brave and heroic. Fighting those rubbish bins. Where are you? Hopefully he'll protect poor simple Buttons and I.
So, for reasons that may become apparent, Talking to your rat, can I get a charisma check, please? A persuasion check?
Okay. I have charisma.
I smell a rat here.
Oh no, that was I don't know what that is. That's a 5.
You looking around specifically for a rat, you do actually weirdly you see like a group of 4 of them like running, skittering along together, and you call out to them, "Little rat, little rat." One of them turns around and you see it's holding what looks like a wand in its mouth, and it goes, "Alright, leave us off!" and runs off. The whole pack of them skitters away with something in its mouth.
It was very unfriendly.
Yes, for reasons that will become apparent later. Is that everything for the princess's turn? Beautiful. Prince, then, what would you like to do?
So the rubbish bins are currently fighting me.
Yes,
so
one is currently rolling away, trying to get itself back upright. But yes, they're
I would
nearby.
like to very confidently attempt to cut the bin in half with my sword.
That's an attack roll.
I want advantage. Let's see.
I don't think I gave enough rats out. We may be restocking at some point the way we're going.
How about you in the lovely flowery shirt there?
No rat.
Yay! Okay, let's give this a go. Whoop. Could be better, but that's still a 16.
16 is enough to hit.
Yeah, where's my D8? I didn't organise my dice beforehand, and I really should have done. That would be 2 plus my strength, which is 4, so that's 6. No. Yeah, that's maths.
Yeah.
This is my second panel today, and I still have not managed to do the most basic of sums.
Fantastic. Unfortunately, 6 is not quite enough to bisect the bin. You do manage to cut deep, but all it kind of does is buckle around the sword a little bit.
Yes.
It's a very cheaply made bin. Is that everything for your turn?
A fiend worth my...
Clank, 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 clank.
Wait, come back here!
Brilliant. Back to the top then with Pip.
Oh no. When planning this character, I have not done any thought as to combat. I planned purely for non-combat. That's fine. I am going
Find a rat to talk to.
I could do that, yeah.
Oh, the rats. They seem plot important.
I'm going to just pretty much sit in the background. Still invisible, mind. And all I'm going to do is use my bonus action to give my best friend in the whole world, 70-30 swaying for me, my best friend Randolph, inspiration.
Bardic inspiration.
Yeah, bardic inspiration. So that's
level
all I'm going
5,
to do.
which would be a D8.
D8
at level 5.
And it's magical inspiration.
Perfect.
So,
lovely. In which case, Buttons, you have successfully defeated a lamppost. What would you like to do next?
Are there any more lampposts that need punching?
There is. There's also the wagon, which is the one that tried to run you over.
Yeah, I do take that a bit personally, where people try and run me over with wagons.
You would, yes.
I'd like to punch the wagon, please.
Perfect. Give an attack roll.
Here we go. Okay, I have other numbers other than 1 and 2 on these dice.
But you can't find them.
Yeah, I don't know where they are, so...
You go for
again, I'm getting mysterious. Look, I'm going to need 2 more inspirations, so... goblin-y waistcoat there.
He's lost it.
Okay, that's a disadvantage on that one. So, can it get worse than a 2? No, that would have been much better. All right. And the gentleman in the denim jacket is giving me quite an intense look.
No mouse.
No mouse.
I do believe you've already been picked, so you cannot pick him.
Shame. All right. How about the gentleman in front with the sort of buff-coloured shirt?
I will say this: you are clearing the rats out very quickly.
Yeah.
We're just following instructions.
That will be 2 misses then.
You rush towards the wagon.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it sees you coming and spins, and the 2 braces where the horse, or the 2 stays where the horses would be caught, just sort of cleans your legs out, and you get flipped onto your head, taking no damage, but you do not manage to land any of your hits.
It's the chin again, isn't it?
It's the chin again.
Yeah.
It's weighing you down, unfortunately. Great. It is the object's turn. The wagon's going to go for you again. Still rubbish. So it's, again, you see it coming this time, kind of getting up off the floor, you see it rushing towards you, but realising there's a massive gap underneath, you just flatten yourself to the floor as it runs over the top of you, just missing completely. One of the one bin is going to right itself, and the 2 are going to go after the prince again. I believe they're both going to miss. If an 18 was just a hit, I'm guessing a 17 won't.
No.
Then they miss. Beautiful. That's their turn. Nice and simple. They are. You do notice that some of them are like genuinely like leaving the street now, though. So if you don't end this soon, you're gonna lose some members of the public. I don't know how much you all care about that. I'm just letting you know.
One of them could be the princess.
There are still some in the wagon. There's also at least one lamppost with people wrapped up leaving. Speaking of princess, it's your turn. You have been shouted at by a rat. What would
Very
you like to do?
rude. Usually all my little animal friends are much nicer. I shall go and help those poor people in that runaway wagon somehow. Using skills that I have, like...
Punch the wagon.
There's not a horse in there, is there?
These are animated objects. There are no
My
horses.
skills are useless. My animal skills. I shall copy buttons. I shall punch the wagon.
Brilliant. See how this goes.
Yep. And strike. Oh, +2. I've got a +2. That was a natural 1. I picked that one to have advantage.
Who are you selecting?
I am selecting the person on the far left there. Sorry.
I genuinely don't know how you guys are doing this so well.
We are not
so
good at
badly.
this.
This is so To be fair, in your defence, I was told there was 40 seats, so I made 20 of these, so there could be an inordinately high ratio here of rats to not rats. So that's unfortunate. Brilliant. That misses. I think we all guessed. So Prince, what would you like to do?
I take my sword in 2 hands above my head and I would be like, die, you foul beast! And I'm going to try and stab the bin down in its tin lid.
Brilliant. There's an attack roll.
Come on. 18.
18 hits.
Yes. Okay, that's going to be a 11.
Fantastic. You drive the sword down into the bin. For a split second, nothing happens because you realise you've essentially just put your sword in the bin.
Into nothing.
You draw it back, stab it through sideways, the already crumpled bin, and it falls over dead. You assume it's a bin.
I have vanquished the demon! Everybody bask in my glory!
Yeah! I mean, good one. Yeah, nice one, mate. You. Right.
You feel a bumping on your leg as the other bin rolls into the back of your calf, still unable to right itself. Brilliant. Back to the top with Pip, still invisible.
I just run over, just enamoured by the fact that the prince has done such a wonderful job, and kick the dead bin.
Not even the alive bin, the dead one.
No, just... We did it!
Pip, I cannot see you. Where are you?
Don't worry, even if you can't, I'm always with you.
Boo.
Just kiss.
It's too early in the show.
The way this is going, I think the princess is going to fall for the prince, and then these two are going to run off together. Fantastic. Right. Okay, Buttons. What would you like to do?
Right. Since this car seems to be
I did not
dangerous,
expect this bit to take this long.
I'm gonna jump onto the car.
Perfect.
With a flip.
Okay.
So
I would have just let you get in the cart. If you're going to flip, I'm going to need an acrobatics check.
Yeah, well,
swear to God.
Is 23 enough?
Yes! You do a double back somersault, landing in the middle of the cart, and a bunch of people inside are like grabbing onto the sides as this thing races around spinning. I will allow you to do something else if you like.
Can I punch the cart?
Sure.
Do I get advantage because I'm now on the cart?
I was going to say in the cart, but yes, you can punch the cart from inside the cart at advantage.
All right.
Because I think we're going to run out of rats otherwise.
Okay. That would be... So, do I get 2 attacks or...
Yeah, you still get both your attacks. Why
Brilliant. In which case, that's 21.
That's a hit. You're going to roll damage.
And the second one is 24.
Both
so
hits.
that would be 12 plus 8 is easy for any idiot to do. It's 20, that's what it is. It's 20 points of damage.
You double backflip into the cart, and landing in a superhero 3-point landing, you immediately follow that up by slamming your hand through the base of the cart. You have managed to position yourself exactly above the axle. Everyone hears an almighty crack, and the cart essentially falls inward on itself, or wagon falls inward on itself, and everyone is able to scramble out and run away. All that's left is a bin and a couple of lampposts.
You are very welcome, peasants, for the rescue.
It is, of course, the object's turn. The last remaining bin is going to try and go for the prince. He's going to whiff that very badly. You turn around, the bin sort of rolls itself around, starts to get itself up, and then kind of goes poof, and a bunch of rubbish explodes outwards, doing no damage, but you're now filthy.
Pip, where are you?
I
smells so bad.
Not this time.
I can't support this.
Not this time. Princess, what would you like to do?
There is a lamppost.
There is still a lamppost,
A
yes.
fiendish lamppost.
Fiendish lamppost.
I shall summon the powers of my animal friends.
Yep.
And cast Thorn Whip at the lamppost.
Just out of curiosity, how are your animal friends helping with this bit?
Because it's not actually a thorn-covered vine.
Okay.
It's
Go on.
it's a collection of bees.
All of you hear the thunderous roar of hundreds of bees.
Really cute little bumblebees.
Yeah, Flight of the Bumblebee starts to play. The bees, not even acting like a whip, just fly from your hand and just assault a lamppost, I guess. Can I have an attack roll, please?
That's a 21 to hit.
That's gonna hit. Give us some damage.
And that is 10 piercing damage.
Unexplainable by anyone present. Hundreds of bees destroy a lamppost. I guess.
They like swarm like locusts.
Yeah.
There's nothing left.
It comes away and it's just like this central bit with the bulb on the top, as if it's been like devoured somehow. I don't know. Beautiful, that happens. Prince, there is a bin left. What would you like to do?
I would like to brush as much of the rubbish off me as possible. Basically ignoring the bin, going, oh, it's so disgusting. Oh my... Oh, I will not have this, you foul demon. I'm going to stab it again.
You're gonna try.
Why not? I'm gonna try. Ooh, 21.
That's a hit. Give some damage.
6.
You slash the bin in half. As you spin with the sword, it cuts in half, the bin falls apart. For a minute, you think the two hands are going to start moving, and then they just fall down dead. As dead as doorknobs, or in this case, bins.
Wait, we're fighting doorknobs as well.
No, you see several doorknobs come flying off the door. That you have successfully dispatched the animated objects. The scene around you begins to calm down. Some people come up, they begin helping all of you. Some people approach the prince and then step back, checking that you're okay. But it was quite an exertion. You're all very tired. Maybe you need a bit of a break, and you guys think for a second. You know there's a bakery around you the princess would love to visit whenever she's out on the town. Maybe that would be worth going and having a bit of a sit-down, don't you think?
I reckon we need a sit-down in a local bakery.
Sure, yeah.
That sounds like a wonderful idea, yes.
Isn't there one of your favourites, Prince? I mean, my friend, just round here.
Yes, fellow poor person buttons. It is.
Right, easy.
You guys head just around the corner to the best bakery in the kingdom, the toast of the town.
Yay!
No.
All I got was a yes, correct. That is a joke, technically.
We appreciate the part.
Well, that's it for part 1 of our live show. Part 2 will follow soon, but we hope you guys have enjoyed. Before you go, I just wanted to once more shout out our fantastic cast. If you are not listening to these guys' other shows, you absolutely need to be. We had the lovely Richard of the D20 Future Show playing Jason Statham playing Buttons. We had Shamini of RP Geeks playing the Princess. We had Chloe of Deck of Many Aces playing the Prince. And we had Dan of Tales on Tap and Dice by the Sword playing the Prince's assistant. And of course we had Sam as understudy from Science and Sorcery. And I know I've been doing it a lot in the intro and during the show, but I cannot overstate how much we appreciate Fiona for everything she has done in organising the Podcastzone and making these live shows happen, and for Dragonmeet for allowing the Podcastzone to exist. And just one very last special thank you to the audience who came to watch. I said at the beginning of the show, but if we didn't have people there to listen, we'd just be talking to an empty room. So thank you to everyone who showed up. If you're listening back to this, we really appreciate it, and I really cannot overstate that enough. So we hope you'll go and support all these wonderful shows and join us in a couple of weeks for part 2 of D&D the Panto 3, It's Behind You. But that's it for this episode, so we'll see you soon.
Hey there, I'm Hugh from Podderation. If you like today's show, why not check out Rolling Dice and Taking Names, the premier tabletop review show. Join Marty and Tony as they invite you to their metaphorical kitchen table to talk about all the latest board games, RPG games, miniatures, and anything in the tabletop world that takes their fancy. From in-depth reviews to the latest gaming news, they make it their mission to find the latest and greatest in the tabletop world and deliver it all wrapped up for your listening pleasure. Available wherever you get your podcasts.